Welcome to the Medical Ancillary Sales Podcast, your number one source for making money in the medical ancillary sector. Mike and Viv bring you the latest information from lab services, pharmacy, diagnostic testing, and so much more. The latest in ancillary services will be right around the corner. Welcoming the hosts of the Medical Ancillary Sales Podcast, here's Mike and Viv.
Hello and welcome to the Medical Ancillary Sales Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Berg, and joined by two special guests today. Well, not a special guest. I always have Viv. Sorry about that, Viv. But I have...
Just Mike.
But in addition to Viv Hudson, we have John Rusbeck on. John, you're becoming a regular. You're like Steve Martin on The Tonight Show.
Yeah, I'm a wild and crazy guy. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, if we were only as entertaining, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You got the arrow through the head, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Go ahead.
John, reason we wanted to have you on, I know you got your fingers in a lot of pies here, and you have something else on the Lab for Lab platform, which is available to not only laboratories but physicians as well. I was particularly intrigued by this solution, which is probably going to sound boring to most people, but it's boring all the way to the bank, and that's medical and laboratory supplies. So, John, thanks for getting on.
Well, thank you all very much for having me. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, this is this program is, for me, I think it's extremely exciting, but I'm a little different.
Well, let's start from the top. Can you just break down, because everyone hears medical supplies or laboratory supplies, they tune right out. It sounds boring. What could possibly be a competitive advantage to what you're offering? So could you just kind of give us an overview of the program?
Yeah, what this is basically we have an agreement with the largest GPO and basically in the States. So that's basically, it's a large group, gives us huge purchasing power on medical supplies, laboratory supplies, even everything such as office equipment, everything from paper to inkjet ink. And what it does, there's so many large companies who are signed up with this that it gives them a huge buying advantage. So when you go in and you look at the different products, unusual a practice, like for example, a typical physician's practice, when they sign up for this program, they'll save anywhere between 10 and 25% on their medical supplies. So it doesn't sound super exciting, but when it comes to a bottom line of a practice, it makes a big difference. So that's why it's so highly, people love it.
So who would need this, John? Pretty much everyone.
Yeah, that's what it is. Any lab, any doctor's office. It makes their life a lot easier too. And one of the cool things about it is the fact that they can order all of those supplies. So there's over 450,000 different supplies available, and they can order that all online. And what we do is we customize a single page for their orders. So every time, like for example, every month they had to order a certain amount of syringes. They go to their order page and it'll have their syringes, the type they like. They can use the same brands which they're currently using. So they're not saving money on an inferior product. They're saving money on the same brands that they use. So once they have an order page set up, the order page is comprised of things which they'll use mostly on a monthly basis. And they just go in and click, click, click. It takes like 5 minutes to get all their supplies in, and then they'll be done. So it's that easy. It's sort of like the Amazon for lab and med supplies.
It's just yeah. Sorry, Beth.
So no, it's all right. I'm just trying to be a hog too. so it's kind of like, well, why wouldn't you want to do this? Like, it just seems like, I mean, I just about buy everything I need on
I got an
Amazon
answer for you,
now,
Viv.
so
I got an answer for you on that one, Viv. So
Okay.
I tell you why they wouldn't want it. I went to the grocery store a couple days ago. I had to pick something up, and I made like an impulse buy. I went down the potato chip aisle and made an impulse buy, and I saw Ruffles there, which I love Ruffles. And I saw Ruffles. It was on sale. Buy one, get one free. And so it was like the regular size bag of Ruffles. Or you could get the party size one, which is the equivalent of about 1.5 bags, and that costs double. So you get the party size bag was maybe $5, or you could get 2 of the smaller bags, which adds up to more. You could get that for about $4. Well, that's a no-brainer. You get the one that costs less. It's the exact same potato chip. Well, as I'm standing there in the chip aisle, this woman looks at the one on sale, and she looks at the big one, and she grabbed the big one. This program is not for brain dead morons like that. This if you just got money to piss away, if this is like Brewster's Millions, where you got to spend $1 million by the end of the weekend, and then albeit spend more money, that's the program for you. If you want to spend more, you can continue doing what you're doing. This is only for those looking to pay less for the exact same things.
Yeah. And I mean, when you look at it too on some of the items, like for example, like such as the big ticket items, like laboratory equipment, X-ray machines, C-arms, when you look at the amount of money these physicians or labs can be saving, I mean, it's huge. And it's so easy for them to use too. That's why they appreciate it. They don't have to call out and get 100 different quotes for a piece of equipment. They just look on their page and there it is, and they press their button and it'll be delivered. And the nice part about it too, like on all the supplies, they're delivered next day. So they have it when they need it.
So just to recap, this it's like a buying club basically. You're leveraging the collective buying power of all the other physician groups and laboratories that are all ordering through this same network, and by doing that, this network is able to offer rock bottom pricing, and they make their money just like Amazon makes their pricing. Amazon doesn't jack up the pricing; they make a few pennies, but they just do it on millions and millions and millions of transactions every day. Exactly.
And the nice part about it too, it's extremely easy to implement too. That's one thing I like about it. I mean, for example, when you go into a doctor's office, you just explain the concept to them and go, you know what? What I'd like to do is just, run some numbers by you. Give me a few of your invoices from your medical supply invoices from last month. I'll turn those in and we'll run some numbers and show you comparison of what you are currently spending versus what you could be spending.
It seems like seems like a good add-on if you have them interested in medical waste, or vice versa if they're interested in this. And medical waste kind of goes along with it. Like if you could pay less for the exact same thing, was that something that would interest you? Because I could show you money-making things that you could increase your revenue, but I mean there is the other side of it. You could also plug some of the holes in the boat too. I mean there's two ways to go at it to improve your bottom line.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, no startup costs or anything like that?
Nope, not at all. It's a very simple and easy process. This one, it's not a huge money maker for a rep, but you can make some good money, don't get me wrong, but it's really doing all of your doctors and your labs some justice. It's a value add, and you bring stuff like this to them, and then they'll be giving you a lot more of their other business too.
And you don't have to do any follow-ups. I mean, they're ordering it. Sorry.
Exactly. Yep. It just becomes like a residual income. So do you know approximately what percentage they would save over what they're currently spending?
As I usually see a savings between 10 and 25%.
Wow, that's pretty significant.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're looking at like a huge, like a spine facility or something where, they do, or a huge ortho practice, they're likely to be paying less. So, the margins there would be smaller. But I've never seen a case where we haven't been able to save them money.
Well, this is just such a no-brainer. So if a doctor's interested in doing this, or a laboratory, what are the next steps? Do you set up a demo call or something, or what do we do?
Just get a couple invoices from them. We'll run the numbers and present it to them, and it's that easy. Then we can set up a demo if they are interested. And usually they just look at the Excel sheet with the two different prices and make a decision very easily and quickly from there.
Sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a good one. I have quite a few accounts who run with this, and they are extremely happy with it.
So just give us the 30-second pitch again. I know that we said it once, but just revise that.
Yeah.
What are we going to say?
Very simple. It's all one-stop shopping for all of your medical, office, or laboratory equipment. You have one single ordering page. So you order all the equipment, supplies, etc. from one page by just clicking on the buttons. Over 450,000 items available. Next day delivery. Savings between, I guess, 10 and 25%. Pretty straightforward.
Easy enough. All right.
Yeah, it is.
All right, guys. Good luck out there selling this. This should be a piece of cake. I would expect to see some interested physicians and laboratories, especially anyone that has any attention to the bottom line whatsoever. This is an easy thing to talk them into. So, John, thanks for getting on.
Thank you very much again for having me. Have a great day.
Thank you.